Hello everyone, this is the Japanese Grand Prix in the second season of Wmwesports. Apologies that there was no video last week. I forgot to press the record button. In terms of Russia, I crashed out in the wet, so left with nil points, no points. So hoping to get a decent start here at Suzuka. So this is our qualifying lap as we go through the S's. It's forecast rain towards the end of the session, so I'm going to do a quick banker lap now on the softs. As Mini gets out of our way, then doesn't appeal. It's a bit slow going up the Dunlop curve. But could have been a bit more committed there, but because we're one of the first cars on track, track's still quite green, there's not much grip. So easy to lose traction at the edge of the hairpin there as we head towards Spoon. So we're in a bit wide in the second part of Spoon and go down the hill towards 130R. Third to the championship now, second's going to be out of my reach, but we've lost too many points to Marty, and now we're fighting for third. We're equal on points with Scam, so that's going to be a fight for the rest of the season to finish a solid P3. As we go through the, I think it's still called the Casio Triangle, take a tight line down to the line. And this is actually our best lap in quali. The track just got slippy and the rain came, so I couldn't improve on it. But that lap was enough for 6th place. However, as you'll see when my strategy options come up in a minute, I'm really going to struggle on tyres because I used the same set of tyres to go out the second time, and because of that I was quite a disadvantage at the start. So as I said, there's the points going in, equal at third with Skarma, and there's the points total, so I'm hoping for a top 4 finish. That'll be ideal. Now you can see his strategy options, all them laps in the hards isn't appealing, so we're going to go for the 2-stopper option. And so now we're on the grid. 1 light, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We get an awful start, there's no grip on them tyres compared to everyone else, so Skarma's just going to stream down our left. We're going to tuck in and keep position for now. As his contact ahead of us, Skarma goes off. Chris has got a good run on us, I think. And the virtual safety car comes out. So Redley, our rival for third, gets into trouble there. We've held position in 6th. It's going to be difficult to make the strategy work. Our tyres are this, even at the starting point, a lot worse than those around us. So at the moment it's Mini Laverick first, Mazza second, Matty in third, Mataman 4th, Rob 5th, myself 6th, Chris 7th, and AMG Scudiera in 8th. As the safety car's about to end, and you can see Mataman up front putting Matty under pressure. We've managed to restart really well compared to Chris behind us. As I go through 130R for the first time. Rob having a look at Mataman as well. We touched the curb a bit too much there and give ourselves a warning. So after first lap it looks as though this pack's separating as we run wide from the dirty air going into the first corner. Tyres already starting to feel a little bit horrible. Oh, that's Mataman, and Mataman spun, so that's a position gained. Mataman spun in the S's as we struggle to put the power down going through Dunlop. And into Degner 1 and Degner 2. We cut that corner as well, so that's another warning. I'm going to have to be careful for the rest of the race now. I think for our strategy to work, we really need to put pressure on these guys in front of us, but it's very difficult with the tyres that we've got. But if we can stay within a second and keep in that DRS train, that might be our way into it. There's Rob in front of us, posts the fastest lap. I'd say we're on the pace at this point. We're not that much slower than those in front of us. Although we will probably start to drop off soon the more we use these tyres. It's a brave man taking the curbs and the messes. We need to stay within that 1 second of Rob in front.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
As already you can see on the third lap, my engineer's warning me about tyre grip. As Maz has gone wide into Spoon, we're going to have to try and avoid him.
Okay, clear.
We're on the grass almost as we get past him. But he's now going to have our slipstream going through 130R. And he's going to dive up the inside. There's a little bit of contact, he doesn't leave us much room. We pick up that penalty, he drove us. We had nowhere else to turn, so we had to turn in. This isn't the best of replays, I don't think. You can see, oh, it's very close. We have a nice mark now on our side pod. So lap 4 in P5. And now we're really struggling with the tyres as we run wide yet again at the first corner. Until on lap 6. This is going to be our lap to box. That's what our engineer's telling us. The softs don't feel that bad at the moment. As that's Mazza in the grass again. So that will be another... We're up to P4 now. But we're definitely losing time to those in front, and so on. As we come on to lap 8, I did pit. And we're going to make it, I think, just ahead of Rod, as you can just see in the rearview mirror there. So now we really need to put in some laps. Maybe try and undercut. Well, Matty and Rob who are in front of us, but it will be difficult. As on lap 9, we're catching up with Mazza. And that's Matterman out. So his second spin of the afternoon. Coming out of 130 and he's out of this race. This gives us a slight disadvantage, people pitting under the VSC. When we've already pitted, but we're back up to P4. Matty does come out ahead of us. We probably did gain some time on him, but because of that, he pitted into the VSC.
Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
That's worked out well for him. So now we're going to have to pass Matty on these hards and we're on the softs. And try and complete an undercut on Rob in front. He's about 22 seconds up the road. We might be in that pit window as Rob hits lap 11. And we do just about make it ahead of Rob. Oh, we are catching Matty, but not as quick as I hoped we would.
Catching the car ahead by around 5/10 a lap.
Oh, as we get in the grass, we lose a bit of time there.
The gap to the car behind by a few seconds.
So Rob will have a run on us now. And yet again, we've lost a bit of composure here. And that's allowed Marty to pull away a bit more. And it's allowed Rob to catch up, and we're probably ruin Rob's race at this point. He wants to use their brand new set of tyres to get onto the back of Marty. At the moment with our strategy, unless something extraordinary happens, the best we can hope for is a P4, I think. But we're going to have to manage that gap to Chris in 5th, who I don't think is going to pit again. And it is very difficult to overtake here. But Rob's in our slipstream. I don't think he's quite close enough as we go into 130R. But because we took a defensive line, he probably will have a run on us. Going up to the first corner.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
And even with Rich Phil, he's just going to stream straight back past us. He had much better grip coming out of the Casio triangle. So unless we can pit under a safety car and get back onto the back of these two, we'll probably resign now to P4. Unless I'm much quicker when I do pit for the medium, so I can get back up to them. I don't think I will. But on lap 17 I'm keeping up with the pair of them. And I'm trying to stretch that gap to Chris behind me to about 21 seconds. So I can come out of the pits in clean air. Such a challenging couple of corners and Dagners. Needs maximum commitment. To get a bit better traction on Rob coming out of the chicane. Out of the hairpin, sorry. Heading down to Spoon. As our tyre warning light now comes on. And it is probably time to pit. And I think the gap to Chris behind me will be big enough now. So I should come out and clear air. I'll then have 9 laps to try and attack Rob and Matty. Which is wishful thinking because their pace is really, really good. But we're going to pit.
Go now.
And so you can see Chris has just come along the start finish straight. This is going to be nip and tuck. And there he is. And he will sweep around the outside of us into the first corner. So the gap wasn't as big as I thought it would be. We do have much fresher tyres than Chris now though. Chris must be struggling on his tyres as he get a bit sideways coming out of the second Degner. We should have a better traction advantage coming out of the hairpin. Which we do, as Chris's rear tyre is really struggling. And so we have got to run into Spoon. Chris goes defensive, he doesn't fight it. He's probably thinking of his own race and not wanting to lose time. And so on lap 18, unless something major happens, we need to consolidate P4 and try and make inroads to Rob and Matty, who are 22 seconds up the road. A replay here, Chris didn't fight it at all. And around we go around the outside of Spoon. And that was it then until lap 27. We'd made a 17-second gap up to Chris behind us. We caught up to about 12 seconds of Rob. But that's P4 for us. We will be ahead of Scam. He's very close to Chris there on the last lap. And this is how close Chris and Scam are at this point. Chris is on the outside. Is there going to be wheel-to-wheel going over the line? And I think Scam has got it. So that gap will be 5 points instead of 10 if Chris would have stayed ahead. Well done to the Ari driver of the day, starting from the back. So the podium, Mini Laverick, followed by Matty, followed by Rob, and then it was me, followed by Scammer, followed by Chris. Such a small gap between them two at the start-finish line. Until next week, it's on to America. Off to Texas. I know the results and they're the top four in the championship now, so unlikely to catch Matty at this point just due to his consistency, but the battle with Skarma is definitely on for P3 in the championship. Looking forward to America next week.